Oh, looks like we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
We're live.
We're live. Welcome, everybody, to the second installment of the Gamer and the Dad podcast. As you can see, we have a sign back here.
Look at this sign. Is this crazy or what?
I know.
This cost us $55,000. We had it custom made. I'm just kidding.
No. It was handmade by my dad and everybody, helping out and supporting pretty much. But we want to say first that we're so happy how the first stream turned out. Despite the fact that awesome. The angles and stuff, and my dad smashing the table with his fists.
I'm going to try not to do the hand anymore.
Probably just keep your hands like this with your clothing like on the table or whatever, But thank you guys so much for, what you guys have given us and that you guys are watching it, even like during the stream or after stream. Like if you're just watching the whole thing, whether
absolutely.
You're listening to it. That's good. I mean, it's nice to listen, and that's what mainly podcasts are, that you probably listen to it after the fact while you're probably at your house at the moment because you can't really go anywhere.
It's actually anywhere. I mean, I'm always on YouTube, and I'm on my phone in the car. Well, when I'm stopped, not while I'm driving.
Watch it.
At work, when you have time, in your car, when you're waiting, or at the house when you're on the couch and there's nothing good on TV, you jump on YouTube and there's always so much content. But just to piggyback off of Cameron, yes, thank you so much. The first one was so much fun and the feedback was awesome. Everybody that continues to support, thank you so much. We are loving doing this and to do this, and it's just amazing. Thank you so much for all the support, everyone.
And also stay around because we're going to be announcing something probably at the end of the stream.
At the end,
we'll talk about it. A little surprise.
It's actually pretty funny.
It's actually pretty funny. Also, first off, my dad was talking about this, I think, a couple minutes before we started. Not just about the hat. What was it about the hat that you were talking about?
Oh yeah. So I got to bring it up because some people commented, like they said, because I had my hat backwards on the last podcast, and I had a real shiny forehead. So there's a couple comments says, "Is your dad bald?" No, not bald. Short hair.
Same as me.
Bald.
Like I just got my hair cut, so it's a bit short.
We look the same. Definitely not bald, but just wanted to make that point just because it was funny that they were saying, "Is your dad bald?"
Because a couple videos that I've seen anyway of people who bring their dads and stuff, and sometimes they wear hats all the time.
Yeah,
it's like, your dad's bald. Why is he wearing a hat? It's like people just wear hats, man. You wear hats all the time.
I love hats. I have a big collection of hats. Adidas is my favorite. And
Adidas, if you're watching.
Adidas, if you're watching. I love your stuff, dude. I wear look at Adidas shirt. Look at Adidas pants. What else?
There's no self-promotion, by the way, guys.
They're not giving us anything.
He's just saying that.
Put me a hat though. I don't know. No, but I love wearing hats, and when it's my off day, that's all I wear. Just because I just like it, and it's so chill. So I'm the hat guy.
Good thing we got that out of the way.
Yeah, thank you. That was close.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we're good. So we're gonna hit with some new topics.
Yes.
Some of which sound similar, but they're different in wording because some situations have, maybe escalated or something like that since last time we spoke.
Yeah.
So we just figured that we get this news out to you guys, or maybe not news because we're not like a news podcast. We just like
not a news podcast. Have we said that last time? We're not a news podcast, but we could talk about anything.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you get news all the time on YouTube. I feel like YouTube is the best way to get
definitely
news
the
most
content
of the time.
Is crazy, and it's just about anything and everything. And really quick, if you guys jump onto the comments, ask whatever you want. We are more than happy to look at them and answer your questions if possible. Mm-hmm. So jump on, ask questions
for sure. Chat is always open. I'm always looking at the chat in case you guys have any questions for me and my dad. So don't be scared, man.
Definitely.
We're not just gonna be looking at it. It's like, oh, whatever.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So, ask.
Hope you
ask
guys like
away.
the sign. Even though on the camera it's backwards, it says gamer and dad. That's just a camera thing, though. I mean, cameras have that thing. But all right, want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So first topic I have, and I'm pretty sure you guys have been aware of this, that could GameStop make the climb? And what I mean by that is GameStop's been in a really rut. You know what I mean? Is
very big
their
rut.
stock, apparently their stock's been going down 90%. They've lost lots and lots of money.
GameStop was the place to go.
Oh, we went there all the time.
It was like you walk in, it's like a miniature, like I don't know, it was like a miniature Best Buy almost. You know?
Well, for games,
For games, yeah, exactly. I mean, they had everything. I mean, besides every game, they had, you know, any.
Sorry, we're out of this game.
Yeah, any audio stuff that you needed for your console or stuff like that. It was just the go-to store, and it sucked, man. It sucked when they just started to break down.
Yeah,
and now it's like they're very far and few in between.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think think they climb?
Well, here's the thing, man. I mean, I loved GameStop. I mean, I have a GameStop card. I'd still occasionally go to GameStop, mainly not to get games because they have a lot of cool merchandise stuff too. So even if you don't get games, you can get like a toy or something like that.
Right.
Minutes the game.
Right.
So maybe they can make a couple sales off of that, but that's not going to make them big dollars. I'd say, can GameStop make the climb? They have to at this point because the new consoles are coming soon, and they need those console sales at that point. If they don't get that,
that's true.
That people, I'm pretty sure people will probably just do it on Amazon or something. But you know, most people would go to GameStop all the years to get the newest console, whether it's the newest PlayStation, newest Xbox. GameStop would probably need that. And also, the used game angle is a really good idea to go get a game that's used and not have to pay a lot of money because $60 is a lot of money to some people.
Good point. That's another thing I used to love about GameStop. Well, they still do it, but it was big when it first started, the used games.
Yep.
I mean, you can walk in there and get a very popular game that's used and in decent condition for $10, $15.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. I mean, I remember stocking up on those when I was still buying new games on a you know, pretty frequent basis. I was like, all right, Cam, we're gonna look at the used games, buddy. All right. Then there's $60 crap.
Well, I don't think games were $60 back then when we started playing.
They were expensive, dude. The new ones, they were expensive.
Yeah. Well, their games are expensive in general. But what's crazy about this is that GameStop was saying, I think like a week prior, probably like after we did our first podcast, and then the news was breaking out saying GameStop is going to stay open because there's new games coming out at that weekend. And also that it would just be like a good business type model. I think that's what they said. And then later, all of a sudden, GameStops are closed all around this area.
Right.
So
yeah, they're
I'm just confused on if that was
they're locked down.
If that was on their term or just somebody told them from an enforcement saying, guys, you need to close because the store is so combobulated that, you know, people can just go in there and just be like, you know, there's 6 feet radius type things, you know, you have to follow.
Right.
I don't think that's the reason because it could be something else. But
the other thing that I used to like about GameStop a lot too is that their employees, they were very experienced and they knew what was going on.
Oh, they know a lot about like all the games.
You know,
like,
they at least had at least one guy or girl always in there that was just like, that was the hardcore gamer. Yeah. That you ask them anything, like, what boot did this soldier have in this game, man? You know, and they were like, oh yeah, it was a bright green one. That was so cool. So, you know, they did that right as well. And yeah, and you need to have that when, you know, you have a store like that. Yeah. So I really hope they come back, man. It'll be
get back up there. Yeah. Because the thing about it is
everything and everyone.
The thing about it is Nintendo's president of America, or ex-president of America now, Reggie Fils-Aimé, who worked at Nintendo of America for a long time, probably like since like the Game Boy days or around there. And he recently became the board of directors for GameStop. I don't know why. Maybe he's trying to help GameStop get back up there.
I was going to say, maybe that's a planned move there.
I guess. I mean, a lot of people are getting concerned about it just because it's like you went from like being a big president for Nintendo of America anyway, and then just going to GameStop's board of directors. Keep in mind that board of directors don't really do too much of anything. It's mainly the CEOs and stuff like that are in charge. Hopefully he has some say in.
They collect a big check though.
Yeah, no doubt.
Board director, yes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he'll have to say something because I'm pretty sure he knows pretty much that because this news is like everywhere. He has to know that GameStop's not like performing
for sure.
Best.
I'm sure he gets the numbers every single day, and
he has to say something. He's like, guys,
he has to.
I know I'm new here, but let's fix this.
Right.
Let's make returning a game or trading in a game not cost 50 cents. Or like, here, I'll give you $2 for this game if you give me that.
You're so right. You're so right. I'm glad you made that point. I remember taking games back or trying to, they would buy games back.
Yeah.
But dude, it was so uneven. It was so lopsided. You would buy a game for whatever, $25.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to return it because I'm going to probably get something else, and maybe I could use that credit. Yeah. You go there and they look at it, they're like, and it's in decent shape.
Yeah.
They look at it and they're like, we'll give you $1.75. I'm like, what?
The game cost me $60, man.
Dude, what are you talking about? And you know what? They never got off of that. They never changed that.
No.
That,
dude, I have
method. It was just like $1.75, $2, $3, maybe $4 for a really good game. And I was like, man, they're making money hand over fist doing this. And as much as you would complain, they would never change that. So
yeah, I was using the app one time just so you could see like what you would get before you go to the store.
Right.
It's like, if I give you this game, I'll give you 75 cents for it. I was like, dang, that low for this game? Damn, well, I didn't realize. But you have to keep in mind, this is a company that, has been in there. And like you said, they've been doing this for a long time.
Very long time.
It doesn't seem like they're going to change. They better just do something like really that can really open our eyes. Maybe especially when the new consoles come out, like I mentioned before. Hopefully they could just do something, promotions. I mean, they'll probably do that. They'll have to do that.
For sure.
And, the used game angle and the merchandise things is probably why they're still around. If their stock is going down super duper fast and no investors are buying it or anything, they probably would have called bankruptcy and probably been done. But people come in for used games.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get new games. Sometimes people get merchandise. Some people like myself are still signed up with the little power card thing, not the full membership. It's kind of like a free membership type thing, but you can upgrade it. I haven't done that because why would I? Because it's closed, but there's no point in doing that now. GameStop, I hope for you. Me and my dad have gone there lots and lots of times. A lot of areas that we used to go to are no longer existent anymore.
They're gone, man.
They're gone. South Coast is gone. The malls we used to go to, they've been there for a couple of years, and then they just get changed to like a knife shop.
The only one I know of right now that still exists today, is the GameStop at the Brea Mall in I'm guessing that's still Orange County. In the Brea Mall, that's the only one I know that still exists. Yeah, man, they fell off really quickly. But anyways, hopefully they come back. Also, that'd be great.
One more point to make, just so we can get off this topic pretty cleanly. Digital sales are a huge thing.
It's killing them.
It's so convenient though.
But you would think that GameStop would have made a move towards that.
Well, originally they had game cards where you get the game card and you get a code so you can download it from your home.
Right.
But recently, at least last year, they stopped doing that because they wanted to increase their physical game sales. And I think that kind of killed their people bases to just say, I would normally download it. Like, that's what I do nowadays is just download games because it's just so there. It's
you know what? There's so many examples out there when companies, they need to be smart about this. And listen, I'm just speaking out loud. I have no sense of this as far as like.
We're not business people.
Exactly. But what I could tell you is, just to give you a perfect example, supermarkets, it was unheard of for them to deliver ever, right? Groceries, right? They would never deliver. Amazon came around.
Yeah.
And when the day Amazon said, we will get you groceries for you. Oh. Okay, fruits, vegetables, whatever.
Through Amazon Fresh program.
Correct.
Yeah.
Under 2 hours, all the markets started going crazy. Now, everywhere you go, Ralph's, Vaughn's, whatever.
Albertsons.
What's the sign that they have right on the window? Big as can be. We'll deliver 2 hours or less. The point I'm making here, though, is that, I think it's safe to say that they jumped on board very late. Amazon had a huge head start already.
Yeah.
And stores need to know that once you see that shift, you got to do it. You got to do it. When a company starts offering games online, very easy, like a company like GameStop has to go, whoa, hey, they're taking all our people. We got to do something like this. Come on, get on it. Yeah. I don't know. But
the funny thing is that they were the first company to really get interested in the streaming games market.
Yeah, but they never
really got into that because I think they just didn't think I was going to work. And this was at the time when PS4 and Xbox One were new.
Right.
So those things really didn't exist at the time.
Yeah.
So they looked into that pretty early on, but it never carried over.
Never did.
And so far you got companies like Google and I think other companies going onto the streaming gaming business. Right now it's just a starter. Google doesn't look like it's a good starter. We'll see how that goes. I mean, geez.
There's so many trying everything, but
yeah, but it's like the streaming things we talked about last podcast. You know how companies are latching onto that too. So you gotta do it to keep your audience involved, man.
But GameStop, hopefully you come back.
Yes, of course. All right, next topic. Movies going to homes sooner rather than later. So if you guys don't know, tons of movies have been delayed to either later months or the next year, like the next physical year of 2021. Right. But the movies that are scheduled to come out this year and on this month, or like not this month, but in the next months that are not too far away, are going to come to digital super duper fast. Like you will get it at your home the minute you turn the TV on. And that's a crazy thing because the reason why companies don't immediately put it on home markets is because they want to see the box office climb for about 3 months. But they can't really do that though, because theaters are closed now.
Yeah, it's this is a very good topic because I've thought about this for a very long time. And I'll give you an example. Amazon is one of the companies that makes a very
latch on Amazon again.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm a huge fan. And I'm a huge fan. Why? Because they simplify stuff.
Yeah.
And they move quick on it.
Yep.
You know, they don't waste time, and that's what you need to do. But anyways, you know, I noticed when I was searching movies the other day, they jump on from theater to your home.
Yeah.
You know, very quickly.
Yeah.
However, if you want a real new one at home, they'll offer it, but it's like $19.99. You have to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me tell you something. There was one movie. I forgot which one it is. It was recent. I wanted to see it so bad. I paid the $20, right? Because I didn't get to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
But I paid the $20. And let me tell you something. It was totally worth it. Sitting at home, watching it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a concept that's going to catch up. Mm-hmm. And it's going to become completely that.
Yeah.
You know, these companies, instead of 100,000 people going to the theater to see it, how about 500,000 or 600,000 see it at home? You know, and pay a little bit more.
Yeah, you'll make a lot of DVD or digital sales.
Correct. So I think it's a matter of time, man. I think it's just around the corner that we're gonna see. Sadly, we're gonna see the theaters disappear.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think? You think we need to keep the theater in place for that, like you said, box office stuff? Or
I mean, box office it's stupidly important to the movie production companies because these companies, keep in mind, they spend enormous amount of money, like hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's why they expect the box office to really catch up. Either give them their budget or not. Right. You know, some movies flop, some movies don't, and I think when they put it on digital, that's why they wait like 3 or 4 months before they put it on there, just because digital and DVD sales don't really make as much sales as the box office. Of course not, because movie tickets are like what, $10? It depends on what theater you go to, of course.
Yeah.
But people just buy the ticket and they keep going, and you can keep doing that. You get recurrent viewers. You get new people coming into the theater because their friends talk about it. So that's why theaters are important. But now at this time where theaters are closed because, like we've talked about last time, of COVID-19, aka coronavirus, they want to keep people safe. And since people are pretty much staying at home, they're going to put more stuff on either digital to buy it or on streaming services. Yep. Like the Pixar movie Onward that was recently released. It came out March 6th. I saw it in the theater. I enjoyed it. And then they said the week later, it's going to come to digital where you can purchase it. And then on April 1st, it's going to come on Disney Plus. So I'm like, oh, that's
I saw fast. That. I saw that actually on Amazon yesterday.
Yeah, that's
they already have it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you guys can have all this stuff, and especially the new Trolls movie, that my sister likes.
Yeah.
There was an option saying it has a date, and then it says in theater or on demand on that date. Which primarily,
interesting.
Most people are going to go to on demand, because a lot of theaters are closed right now. But I think it's drive-in theaters, because what I've heard is that drive-in theaters are getting more and more sales, at least from what I heard.
They're coming back.
I only went. The only time I ever went to a drive-in theater was with my mom, and we saw I think Evan Almighty, the one with Steve Carell, where he.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It wasn't Bruce Almighty, it was Evan Almighty.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah, so that was the only movie I ever saw in a drive-in theater where we used the car and we just sat in the trunk and just watched it from there. It was the only time I ever did that. But I could see where people are going to that.
Yeah,
it's just the comfort in their car, and you're not sitting next to some dude just eating popcorn and throwing trash on the floor, or, whatever. But
or sitting in those nasty seats.
I think they can get box office sales from there too, if that counts towards it, which it has to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it has to be part of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you guys will get a lot of entertainment from home. Trust me. Those movies are going to come to the service and just say, "Hey, do you want to watch this movie? It just came out." It's like, heck yeah.
Yep.
It's a movie I wanted to see.
I agree. A lot of content.
It sucks. I wish Fast 9 could have done that, but it's coming out April 2021, which I'm just like, oh, okay. You could have just done what the companies are doing right now, but Universal, I understand. You have a lot of other movies that are coming out, so you can't really squeeze in anything out of that. And plus, at least James Bond's still coming out this year, but it's a little months off.
Yeah, well, just the movie thing is just such a tricky game, man. There's just so much competition, so many movies out, that it's just like, where do we put them all?
That's why I like 2 or 3 movies come out in the same weekend, because it's like, who can compete in
exactly
movies?
Exactly. So,
but they're not worried about competition at this point. You can't be, because
also production's completely stopped right now.
Those movies are filmed.
Yeah, they're done. They're done. Yeah, they're done.
So what are you going to do? It's the production company's job to decide when to release the movie and how they release the movie.
Right.
Because you could just say, we're going to make a movie and just put it on Netflix as a Netflix original. Or you could just, make the movie and then just make it purchasable via digital. It probably won't have audience because people would have to pay for it first before they see it. And it'll probably just go under the radar. I think if you put it on a streaming service, it'll get a lot more attention.
Right.
So definitely keep that in mind. But, like you said, movies are a tricky game. It's nothing like the gaming industry, because the thing about the gaming industry, and I've heard this from a couple of developers that have talked about this, that the games have been made for about 4 or 5 years. And the reason that games got delayed, like we heard about the game delays last year before this whole thing broke out. And it's not because of the COVID-19. That was before this thing got really serious. And they just said that we just need to polish it. We just need to fix it. And we just need to make it better. They will come out this date. And the thing about gaming companies is that they don't have to worry about it, because digital sales, it's right up there.
Yeah,
as soon as it comes out, quick. Right there.
So quick, and they sell so much of it.
Because people don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
People don't you could, but at this point you shouldn't, because, of this whole thing going down. So games are going to come to digital immediately. You've got nothing to worry about. It's been doing that for a couple of years now.
A couple of years, yeah.
So gaming is very, very different from movies, because these movies are filmed and these companies are just wondering, when are we going to get this movie out? Because we've been showing trailers, we've been doing marketing on this. We just got to hopefully put it out at some point.
It's affecting everything, man. It's affecting everything. But, at the same time, a lot
safety and health is top priority.
Exactly. But these companies are very smart too. They know how to,
I'm glad they're doing the digital
tight corners, man, for sure. And digital is huge. Just like you were saying, you get stuff online. You don't need to set foot outside your house.
Yeah.
Which at this moment in time is super important.
If you got an Amazon Fire Stick, a PlayStation, or anything like that, super convenient. It's like, if you have a PlayStation, it's a gaming console. You can play games. You can watch movies through Netflix, or you can buy movies and TV shows. You can watch YouTube videos. You can watch other streamers playing other games at their house. Dude, it's like an all-in-one. It's the same as the Xbox.
Listen, I was going to make a point of this. First to say, I like your
Hello
content.
again, Dad. Travernity.
Capenna, thank you so much. Hello, Travernity. Hello again. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for jumping on.
But what's the point you wanted to make?
I want to make a point of, especially at this point in time with everything going on. Listen, I'm a dad that works, 6 days a week. I have sometimes 1 day a week off, and I try to make the best out of it. But it's especially with what's going on right now. The parents, you should play some games. Play some games with the kids. It's fun.
Or board games.
Or board games. But at the same time, try the video games. Listen, I could tell you as a parent that this man over here has shown me stuff before that I have no idea what's going on in that game. I have no clue how to hold the controller.
Yeah.
What buttons to press. However, it is so much fun to just, be learning from him and be playing with him. And I think it should go all the way around. Like, every parent should try that.
And here's the thing. I watched a video, and it was by like this group called Game Ranks. And they basically make a bunch of things about video games. And they made one topic saying, what parents should know about their kids and their games. And they said, your kid is their hobby is playing games, right? So if you get invested in that hobby, you're spending more time with your kid as a parent, as a mom or dad.
Exactly.
Even if you're not good at it. Heck, I mean, I saw my dad play like GTA or whatever, and it's hilarious, but it's fun though.
See? You got it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's fun though, because you're spending time with your dad,
fun.
You're spending time with your family indoors. Just get invested, even if it could be a board game that your kid is like, what is this? And then sometimes they'll go the opposite direction. So you're gonna have a great time, even if you don't like games, even if you have your opinion on games. Give it a try. Just see what your kid's doing from a day-to-day basis. I mean, kids are getting into video games faster than anything, especially in this generation. So I would definitely take that.
I completely agree. And listen, again, I'm a parent, but I don't judge any other parent. Everybody, everybody
has their rules.
Exactly. Absolutely. And they teach the way they want to teach. And I respect that. But I could tell you that, sitting down with your son or daughter and let them show you how they play a certain game. It could be any game. It doesn't have to be GTA or War or whatever. It could be any game. Just sitting with them and letting them teach you, and you learning. And next thing you know, you've sat there, for 30 minutes, and that time it's just so worth it. And they love you for it. You love them even more, and it's a great time. So do it. Don't be afraid to play games. And listen, at the same time, let me tell you something. These games are no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, the new generation.
It's an industry. It's the same as movies or anything else like that.
The new generation, that's the future. Everything is, it's the future. Just do it. It'll be worth it. Trust me.
I mean, where do you think we got these jackets from? Gaming, the PlayStation became popular and they started making jackets and people start wearing these.
Yes.
Sometimes they just say, oh, I played one PlayStation game, but I got this jacket anyway.
Yes.
That's not me though. I've played PlayStation since I was little. So that's not me. But the other thing is too, basically, like you said, when parents do their things and, I get that. Just keep in mind. And if you're worried about your child playing some games that, you don't appreciate, that's why the ESRB, aka the rating system, is on those games.
Right.
Every time. And unfortunately, I've seen kids just go to the store and just get a game that's M rated. And I know what the game is. It's like, I know what's in it. But I never say anything because, I'm not the person who's just I'm not a cop or anything,
Right.
I can't really do that.
Right.
You have to think as a parent, like what you're submitting your child to. And I think that's the worry about what parents go into, because they listen to all these politics and they just say, oh yeah, games are the problem. Oh yeah, GTA problem. That's why this guy did this and did all that.
Yeah.
And realistically, don't even take that, because really gaming has really done nothing but help people. Actually, there's been reports, even there's students, I don't know when this was, but they used GTA 5's game and they reworked the whole thing just to make it like a driving simulator to teach people how to drive stuff.
Okay.
And what can you do? And then there's a game called Minecraft that kids play too.
Yeah, Minecraft is huge.
I played it as well. And it gets kids creative. They just say, oh, let's make this and, make like a story or make like a building and make like everything. You can make anything you want in that game. And it embodies creative, talents.
Right.
And some people don't have. And Minecraft was being used in schools because it was teaching kids how to code and do all that. Yep. So, and honestly, gaming is helping more than it's harming people, honestly. And that's really sad, because people say the same about the movies. It's like, oh, why did this movie get made? It's like, it's harming people. It's like, no, it's entertainment. It's like people watch it. Like, sure, it's showing some things that seem real, but they're showing that for its writing and its attention, to get your attention. And just like, we don't want you to be bored and just like, oh, this movie's just it's boring. I don't care. Like, that's why we watch movies. And
yes, I agree.
And like we said, just play games. Don't worry about it. And also, I keep going off on this, but there's just so much in things that you need to understand.
There is so much, but yeah, it's all good points. But spend time with your kids. And again, if it's video games, it's okay. It's definitely okay. Listen, again, I'm not judging any parents at all. Everybody has their own rules, and I respect that. But I could tell you that with this guy over here, he's been playing since 5-6 years old, and I remember playing with him multiple days in a row. And but again, he did it the right way. You know, he was always really responsible, and of course, you know, throughout the way of doing it, I was teaching him a lot of stuff at the same time. You know, what was right from wrong and all that stuff. But
yeah.
But definitely spend time with the kids, even if it's a video game. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And
it's
I know there's things about, you know, taking good thing too far. Like, of course, that can happen. Anything can happen with that type of stuff. Also, there's one last point. Kids are making friends on games than ever before. Like, sure, you say, "Oh, make friends going to school."
Yeah,
dude, you meet a person that you had no chance of meeting in real life just by playing a game with them.
That's amazing to me too. I always see your videos when you're playing with people around the world, and it's so cool to see like. When they're talking to you, you know, when they're talking to you, like, "Hey, Cameron, thank you for saving me here." Dude, that's awesome. That is so awesome. I wish we had that back when I was your age. But I just
it's normally just going to a friend's house and playing the game and then just doing that. And, but think about just playing with your friend, but over the internet and just playing while he's home. And
it's amazing.
Home.
It's amazing.
So gaming's doing nothing but helping. Let's just keep that in mind. Sure, you take things too far and you may see it as a problem. I don't see it as a problem. I think if you just control it and you're responsible about it, you're a responsible parent or whatever like that, you're going to have a fun time, especially in this time when everybody's at home. So definitely try to get invested in whatever it can be.
Let's be happy.
So we got a couple comments from Trevor T. He says 6 days a week sounds harsh.
It is harsh. It is harsh. No, that's just the way it is. But thank you so much.
Social distancing. Well, I mean, we're in a house, and I think you just got to be careful around people that are just walking around. That's what I've heard anyway. If you walk outside, make sure you're in the 6 feet range. I understand that rule. We're not breaking any rules here. We're just at home. We're trying to stay safe. Okay. Cause from how I got here, I only went from my house to his house. Didn't go anywhere else. I wasn't talking to anybody. He's like, "Hey, you want a burrito?" You know, I wasn't doing
burrito
that.
Sounds good right now, actually.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're still keeping those rules. And then it looks like he wrote like the language that's on this jacket. So that's pretty nice. That's PlayStation in Japanese. Oh, that's cool. Well,
Sony, thank you for that. That's awesome.
Sony was a Japanese company when they made this,
right?
And you know, now they're a worldwide company. So, video games don't cause crimes. People who are manipulated by video games do. I would say so, especially some people who are like can take it as a thing. You know, look at it and just say, "Oh, I want to do." It's like GTA. And the reason GTA is so used is because you can go out there. You can literally just break a window and steal a car like you can. And I guess that's where the point comes from. And that's why politics would use that game a lot as a scapegoat for somebody who did a crime or whatever, either is in jail or, you know, got the death penalty, whatever it could be. I played games. I played some violent video games in my time. I'm a normal person, as you can see.
Yeah, totally.
So just keep that in mind. You know, I would just say, if you have problems with your inner mind or whatever, probably not best to play some violent games. I would just say like play comforting games or something like that. Like Minecraft would probably be a good example, probably.
Well, that's a good point. And I would say to the parents, if something like that's going on in the house, that's where the parents should walk in and step in and be like, "Hey, listen, let's not play that. Let's play Mario Kart."
Yeah.
You know, and jump on with your daughter or son and play Mario Kart, which is a great game, by the way.
Yes.
So much fun.
That's why the rating system's there.
Exactly. Do something like that. And trust me that they will enjoy it. They will thank you. And you guys will have a great time. So
and then he also said, "Do video games help medical wise?" I would say something of those lines. You just have to, like I said, you have to be controlled, and you know that taking a good thing too far is definitely playing in a factor. I think if you have good types of play hours, like I don't suggest playing as soon as you get up and then just never do anything. You have to take frequent breaks, because I do too as well. So there are reports that it does help with some people. It's mainly like therapeutic, like for people who play GTA and they're like, "Oh, I can hit some people with a car, but I'm not going to do that in real life." It's just fun to do because it's a video game. It's not reflective.
I mean, listen, there's a great area with that. And there always has been, and there always will be.
Yeah.
So I understand that part of it. And we're not going to get into that argument because that could, can go on forever, but just be smart about it. That's it. Just be smart about it. But yes, you know what? I'm a firm believer that, many games can be therapeutic, especially if you're stuck in the house, not just because of what's going on, but if something unfortunate is going on medically or physically, I think it's absolutely awesome and okay to jump on your console and play with a family member, play with a brother or a sister. I think it's very therapeutic for sure. I know that for a fact for ourselves too.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So,
and then the last one we'll read before we get to the next topic. He says, Dark Souls is the most rage-inducing, so that's why if I get mad, I stop playing. That's good, because some people do take their rage pretty seriously, and especially if they keep playing, because, you know, if you die, you come back, and, you know, 80% of the time you're going to fail, and some people will break their TVs or whatever. I don't do that because a lot of stuff is expensive, so you don't want to buy that again. But also, cool it down. And like you said, if you get really mad, you just take a break and just cool down.
I mean, listen, it's a video game at the end of the day.
Yes.
You could always go back to it. You could always start again.
It's beatable.
Yeah, like it's beatable. And listen, there's no need for that. I understand. Trust me, I've been in that position. Cameron's been in that position many times where we're playing a game and we're
just a part we can't get
we're
through.
On our 4th or 5th try.
Yes.
And we're so close and we lose. Trust me that I know the frustration.
Yeah.
But there's no need for all that stuff. It's just, you know, we could always start again.
I think what he does is, like, if he gets mad, he just stops playing and just takes a break.
So that's a very good thing to do too. And you know what? Applaud yourself for that. I respect that very much. And that's a good way of looking at it and living too. Yeah. So thank you for that, guys. Thank you for the questions.
We'll get to the next topic because we've just been stuck in one topic. Well, actually, we were stuck on number 2 and then we just kept going.
We kept going.
All right. Will coronavirus, this is in the middle one. Will coronavirus blow over anytime soon? So
coronavirus, have you heard about this? I don't know. It just started the other day. God, it's like
we'll whack you on the head.
We're coronavirus out already.
Honestly, I've talked with a lot of other people about this, and to be honest, guys, if I'm going to be really truthful, I think it might get worse before it gets better later on, at least. Because
I disagree.
Okay, what's your opinion?
I disagree. I honestly think that I think the worst has passed as far as everything being closed. I mean, obviously we're in the middle of it right now.
Yes.
Stuff is still closed. Locations are still closed.
Still deciding if it's
people are still staying in, which is great. It's controlling it really well.
Yeah.
But I think the panic and the surprise of this is I think it's boiled over a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's dying down. Mm. And I could kind of see that as I go out to the streets. There's little by little, there's more people on the streets now driving and walking. Went to the supermarket again this morning. There's more product and there's more people in there. You know, I think I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks more of this as it starts to die out. You know,
I think it's just because a lot of people are looking at how it's spreading.
Right. Yeah. And
but I would say even reporters or analysts are saying that it might die out probably like during or end of the summer, maybe. I'm not sure. That's just a thought or whatever that could be. But to keep you guys safe, try and stay home. If you need to go out and get food and all that, that's good because those are essentials. But mainly stay home, any type of thing. And also, wash your hands. Keep your hands clean.
Definitely stay clean. But listen, what I've learned too is don't live with a panic.
Yes, we talked about this last time. Yeah.
You should live a certain way, which is always be cautious. And that should be every single day, not even just epidemic or going on or whatever's going on, but always live cautiously, right? Be cautious with everything you do. And especially in this time, just be cautious when you go out. Mm. Obviously you're not jumping into
it's not like you open the door and all of a sudden coronavirus spreading in your
face. It's not like that. But just be cautious. That's all you need to do. There's no reason for panic. There's no reason for running away from 2 people walking down the street. I mean, I've seen some bad stuff,
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just try to live as normal life as possible.
If you live a calm and non-panic type thing through this, it'll just go through and it'll be like nothing. It'll just be like
everything's gonna be fine. And
but I see why companies and stuff are taking caution, and I applaud them for doing that.
Sure.
And also, fast food businesses and everything doing their job. That's understandable. So definitely, like I'd say, stay healthy, wash your hands, do whatever you can to be safe.
Yes.
Treverian just said, 2 days after landing in Hawaii, I thought I had gotten coronavirus. Turns out it was just a fever. If it weren't, I would still be in a hospital because its symptoms linger after recovery. Okay. Well, thank God it wasn't anything major.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, I'm even seeing reports of just saying, oh, this guy got sick, but it's not coronavirus.
Again, it's the hype. And that's the other bad thing that's happening is everybody's scaring the crap out of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, now you get a little strep, you know, you get a little sore throat. You're like, oh my God, I have it. You know, you're like, you're like, you know, you're freaking out over, you know, a little sore throat.
You need to look up the symptoms.
Or someone wakes up with a runny nose a little bit and, I got it. You know, I got coronavirus. No. And that's part of, you know, that's part of the negative hype of this, the media hyping it up in a negative way.
You cough.
Yeah, a little cough and oh, he's got it. Everybody stay away. I'm going to turn on the match and shoot it at him. You know, it's just like it's the media hyping this in the wrong way.
Yeah,
you know, and just people throwing stuff out, negative stuff, you know, about this, and they don't even know. So,
also, you know, I did read a report that Tom Hanks did say that him and his wife Rita Wilson are getting better.
You said rife again.
Rife. I'm sorry. Okay?
You like that word.
I like the word. But basically, that Tom Hanks and his wife. Don't
wife.
I got breathed on. Is Rita Wilson?
Holy hell! What's going on? And cut.
I'm gonna hide myself now in shame. But basically,
his wife, Rita Wilson.
Yes, and they
take it away.
And they said they're feeling better. They're getting better.
Yes, I did read that this morning. Yeah.
So I'm happy for him because, you know, he's a beloved actor. I've loved him not only in Toy Story because I loved him in Toy Story, but other movies as well. And I think he's a super really, you know, down to earth guy, and I've seen him in a lot of things. So I hope he gets better. I hope this whole thing, you know, a lot of other celebrities and pop culture icons are, you know, starting to test either negative or positive, and mostly it's positive.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of,
but they're not panicking. Like they're just saying,
no. Yeah, guys, there's no reason to panic. There's no reason to panic. And again, you know, the media is building this. Part of the media is building this up in a negative way.
Yes,
and I hate that they do that because it puts everybody in a panic, and you know, it's so unfortunate they do that and that they are allowed to do that. You know. It's just like going back from when it started. The media was the first one that came out, and there's a lot of, you know, there was a lot of people, a lot of newscasts, people doing remotes from supermarkets, and they were just like, you know, everybody's running away with toilet paper. It's running out. Yeah. And what happens the next couple of days? Everybody runs out for toilet paper. Like that was a thing. Yeah. It's not a thing. But again, the negative media, they hype it up.
Everybody thinks we're in the apocalypse.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They hype it up in the wrong way. And now what do we have? We have people running for toilet paper. God knows why. And the people that need it, we don't have it. You know, it's like, I'm not going to run to buy, you know, 55 rolls of toilet paper, but I want to have at least 2 at the house.
Yeah.
You know? So listen, my last thing on this would be, don't listen to everything that you know, don't be aware. Don't believe everything you hear from the media. And just inform yourself as best possible, but careful with the sources. Okay.
Yes.
Just because some of these people just they want to hype up negative and scare the crap out of everybody.
I could tell I have the virus if my lungs feel like they're burning or if I'm having breathing problems. I don't have it. Yeah, I looked at it. That's one of the symptoms and stuff like that. So good for looking out. If people run out, go find leaves, rocks, or pin needles. Yeah, don't be robbing the stores. Or just wash your butt with water. Take a shower. Yeah, I'd do that. Not only wash your hands, but just wash yourself. All right, let's get out of there.
Yeah, let's go.
Good talk though. Just stay safe and stay healthy. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
The second topic, or not second, but the other topic is, why is gaming becoming so important this year? Because it seems like the last couple of years, gaming was just the side thing. I mean, sure, it's popular, but, you know, people just convert it as a side thing. It's like, oh, well, what about this movie or what about this article?
But I think it's been growing year over year.
Oh, yeah. It's still growing to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem, I think the thing is like, I went to not a couple, but I went to the Target at my work. And then I also maybe went to another Target after. And all the gaming consoles, gone. Nothing. It's empty. It's like a desert in there. And we have gotten, and I'm not making this up, at my work, we got 57 calls asking if we have a Switch.
Really?
57.
It's the quarantine, baby.
But that's what it's doing too. The reason why the Switch is being so popular is because it's a kid-friendly console, and it has both the TV mode and the mobility mode.
Well, you know what's happening? I bet you a lot of these calls are from parents too.
Yeah.
They're like, hello, do you have the console? And you can hear like a bunch of Rugrats in the back, you know.
I never heard that, but I feel like that's possible.
Maybe trust me that a lot of these phone calls to Target or to Best Buy or to any of these electronic stores are from parents that are having a very hard time because they have their 2, 3, 4, or 5 kids at home. And hey, it's a good way to keep them entertained. That's why those consoles are sold out right now. And the quarantine's got everybody just.
Plus, you don't want to be bored.
True.
True. At home. I mean, you got board games and everything, but I think games, interactive media is probably like the most powerful.
Absolutely. So I agree.
Gaming is important. I feel like gaming is important in general, but the reason why it's becoming so popular, like we said, everybody's in quarantine right now, so they need something to do. And plus, like we said before, it's an all-in-one, so you can watch movies and everything like that on there. So you're really never going to run out of entertainment anytime soon from just getting that one thing. Also, keep in mind, you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have this. You could play games. You can watch movies. You can watch shows. You can watch everything on this phone.
The phone is crazy. I know we talked about it in the last podcast, but you can do everything from the phone.
Darn Apple.
Darn Apple.
No, we love Apple.
They got us in quarantine forever.
No, we love Apple here.
I love Apple. Apple's
I have
awesome.
a lot of Apple products.
Me too. The phone is super important, and it's a very, very good tool for everything. For everything, for work, for play, entertainment, everything. So use that as well too.
Yeah,
but just be smart about it.
I'm pretty sure you guys are watching this. You're probably watching on your phone now or something like that.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, like,
for sure.
Don't forget, like, you have devices that probably didn't mean any importance. It's like, oh, I got a phone so I can call my friend or whatever. No, your phone has a lot more importance than that. They didn't just make it so you can make calls. You can listen to music, do texts. I mean, you can do texts on other phones, but this is more important because you got that music, you got pictures, cameras. Phone cameras are becoming so more powerful than regular cameras now, especially with the iPhone 11. It's becoming super, super thing, and you have this in your pockets. Like, it's not like something that is sitting on a stool or something that's so special. Right. This is just in your pocket that you carry day to day, and you probably use it like once a day just to check what's the weather going to be like. What are my emails? Like, you can check emails too. It's like
it's way more than once a day. It's for everything. It doesn't matter if you are a young person in your early teens and already have a phone, or if you're a parent or a grown adult that they check it 50 times before 10 a.m. in the morning. And that's just the reality of it, and that's just the way it goes. Again, it's an awesome tool, man. Everything is on there. Everything. Your banking, your work, your calendar, your all your contacts, your email, everything is on there. So there's just no way around it.
Basically like a computer or your phone.
Your whole life is on there. So that's
One thing was strange. I just wanted to talk about this. A friend at work looked this up, and she told me that to make an iPhone, or to make the iPhone 11, I don't know what it was. Either it was the iPhone, newer iPhones, maybe the iPhone X probably.
Okay.
And they said it only costs $300 to make that phone.
Like manufacture it?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Really?
$300.
And they sell it for a jillion.
And they sell it for a goddamn
a jillion.
Okay, keep in mind, we're using a cable, not cable, but a charging cable. This is just a cable that's so convenient. You just charge it in there.
Yeah.
It's $80 for this cable. So if you break it, good luck buying another one.
And I bet you this cable cost Apple probably $5 to make.
Oh my God, nothing. Probably lower, probably like a cent, maybe. I mean,
now I'm depressed. Just kidding.
I mean,
no, listen, it's reality. It's reality, and at the same time, we gotta, in a certain way, we gotta thank these companies because.
But you have to think about. Sure, it maybe costs them very little as main technology is, but you have to think about the people who work on this stuff and the amount of time it takes to put that little hard drive into that phone, or a little space disk or whatever to put in there. It's
a tool that you use every single day. So there's no way around that. It don't matter how many times you complain that you're going to pay $1,000 for a phone, which at the end of the day, everybody does. So we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So
phones are things.
You could bitch and complain all day. It's the same thing.
Like, I know Apple charges a lot for stuff. Like, I know you probably don't want to get an Apple TV at this point because it's like $150, but It's Apple, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
That's
They probably only cost like $10 to make a box.
That's just what it is. No way around it.
Yeah, but keep in mind, like technology is expensive, so you really can't bypass that. That's the thing. It's
no,
like,
you can't.
Like,
you can't.
I'm surprised that Samsung. We talked about this last time, that Samsung was making like a little fold phone, like a phone that folds.
I don't know if it came out yet. I haven't checked.
It was in like a box when we went to Best Buy like months ago.
Oh,
before
that's
this whole
right.
thing kicked off.
That's right.
It was in like a glass crate, and it was just, it's like, oh, you could fold it now. I was like, what's the point?
That's the difference between Apple and Samsung. I think. I mean, obviously they've always been in competition.
Yes.
You know, always trying to outdo each other, and each company has their own good thing. But I just like the simplicity of Apple.
Yeah.
You know, everything's just so simple to use.
A lot of companies are moving towards like Apple's support thing. You know, like,
well, it's just so simple, man, and they keep things just very simple and very easy to use. So I don't
people
know.
would say simple. They removed the headphone cable. It's like, or headphone port. It's like, yeah, but
true. But at the same time, they sold like 100 million pairs. It's like, all right, if you don't like it, then why are you buying it?
Why are you standing in line at the Apple store?
Exactly. And listen, I'll be honest with you right now. I'm at fault for that. When the AirPods were first announced, and I saw them, I was like, this is a joke.
You told me about this. You thought they were stupid.
Yeah, this is a joke. I was like, these guys they've done a horrible job. And I was
losing their minds.
I was talking out loud because, when I go to the gym, I was so used to just wearing it was the wireless ones, but it had the
like
regular,
wires or something.
It has wires, yeah, but it's the Bluetooth ones. And I was like, man, those AirPods are gonna fall out the first time I run on the treadmill.
They're not gonna get anything.
And when I first got them, dude, I was just like, wow, this is awesome, And then I was like, I'm thinking to myself, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah. So even though it might look like they don't know what they're talking about, like, oh, this thing's gonna flop.
Yeah.
It all of a sudden becomes a success.
Yeah. Listen, 100 million pairs. Yeah. That says something. So there we are. We're all in the same boat.
When my dad told me about it, and he told me that he got AirPods, a couple weeks later, it was before Christmas or whatever. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you the AirPods." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, they're expensive. Don't get me wrong. But then all of a sudden, I have AirPods, and I'm feeling the same way he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I
use them all the time.
I really enjoy the convenience of them. They're pretty powerful, or not powerful, but they stay in your ears really well, surprisingly.
Very good. Yeah.
With the AirPod Pros that they recently released, I'm pretty sure that sold a lot too. But goddamn, they're doing it, man.
Yeah,
they're doing it.
They're doing very good job.
That's
good job.
Crazy. So, I enjoy playing. Oh yeah, well, he enjoys playing a lot of games. That's for sure. You're a PC gamer, and that's another thing I think we shouldn't back off of, is that people play games on the computer too.
You mentioned this last podcast that you were more of a console guy than a PC guy, right?
Well, yeah, I've always been a console guy. But yeah.
So just in a nutshell, what do you think the difference is for yourself? Like, what to console?
I think the main thing is that the simple way to put it is that PC, you would have to get it and then try to build it and give it all the specs it needs to run good games. Whereas a console, you would just buy it, plug it in, and play it. And sure, you may not have all the powerful like 4K type graphics that you can have, but you're just playing at the comfort of your couch or something, and not like like this and just watching with a mouse or keyboard. But the thing about it is that PCs are really, really expensive. They're more expensive than gaming consoles.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But you have to think about, if you're building a PC, that's costing you thousands upon thousands for parts, because graphics cards are expensive. Everything's expensive to get a PC up and running just to make a game look better or run better.
Right.
If you have a console and you spent like $300, it's all there. And I think that's the problem. But if you enjoy PC, because problem. PC, you can customize the games too. Like you can like put own stuff in it, and because people have access to files, because PC allows you to access that. Consoles, you can't really do that. So I guess that's the kind of mishmash in between. But we're all gamers though. Like whether you game on a PC, whether you game on a phone, I don't care. You're still a gamer no matter what. I'm not gonna judge you if you even play games on like a piece of paper or something. I'll count that.
Yeah, so, for sure.
There's definitely like, I'm not biased or anything. I've tried PC maybe once or twice, like a long time before. But I'd say I enjoy it, but it's not my cup of tea. I've always been, a console person. So
A console person.
that's why I have consoles at home. So
Trinity's saying the video keeps having a stroke.
Well, we can't really see that. It might happen. We did have this.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, it happened a little bit at the beginning of the first podcast, and we apologize for that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's our equipment or the Wi-Fi, but we noticed that in the first podcast. We apologize for that. In the first podcast, dude, we're like, I don't know, we ate like dirt this morning or something. Our mouth is full of mud. Yeah, it was horrible. Let me clear this up here real quick.
Just drink some water.
But yeah, sorry for that. I don't know. It
probably happened in the beginning. But keep in mind, this is a starter thing. So obviously there's going to be some technical issues. Obviously it wouldn't be a podcast without some technical issues, unless you're super professional and just spend like $1 billion to make a whole big content.
Can't spend $1 billion.
Yeah.
You can't spend 500 million. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll try to fix that, guys. Sorry about that.
We'll get to that at some point. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream so far. If you are, make sure to leave a like. And again, if you have any questions,
throw it on there. Throw it on there. Throw it on there.
Throw it down there.
Thank
you
guys
a whole
so
topic.
much.
We had comments, and then we just went on like a 5-minute topic or something, man.
Everybody that's on there. I mean, look, I'm looking at the people that are on here live, and that is awesome. I don't know. It's just so cool to see that.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see that.
Especially when it's a live environment, everything's happening in time, or in real time. And some of you guys might be watching this after it's already been live, and probably just watching the whole thing from beginning to end.
Totally,
that's okay too, because like we said in the beginning, you can be watching this anytime. And It's always here. It'll always be here.
Yep.
We're gonna continue to make stuff like this because it's super fun.
It is super fun.
I enjoy talking to my dad and actually people in general. As long as they're nice people, as long as they're good people. But also think about. I would say if you're at home, see if you can meet some people online or whatever. I mean, it probably would sound. Probably sounds creepy, but
yeah, Cameron, what are you talking about there?
No, but I've actually made a few friends just recently, just by talking to them and getting to know. Because I'm not obviously I can't go outside. It's because there's like, I don't. But I started to get to know people through online, mainly through this app called Discord, which has like servers and stuff, and people of familiar fandom, maybe games or whatever. People could talk there and just have a community. So you get to know the person from there, and I've made a couple friends doing that. So that's pretty cool too. I mean, do whatever you can at home, dude. I feel like you can do everything at home way easier than anything. Normally you have to go out a lot of the times. Back in the day, you have to just go out. You can't. Oh, you want a movie? Go out and get it.
Well, I was talking about this in the first pod. I
think we did eat dirt or something.
Jesus, I don't know what's going on. We were talking about this in the first podcast that you get everything with one controller right now.
Yeah.
Anything you need. Yeah. Man. So take advantage of that, especially right now.
Even Trevor, and he's making fun of us. That's true.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell is going on with us.
You got speech impediments or something.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea. We do this sometimes when we hang out anyway. So it's really nothing. It's really nothing to boast about.
It's normal for us. A point I wanted to make from the one positive thing from the coronavirus.
Oh dear. Okay. Hopefully something positive.
Kind of going back to that.
What? It's hard to believe.
I'm sure you guys have heard the government's talking about a stimulus package they got going on to send everybody a check.
A check.
A check.
Everyone.
Just a check on the board. No, an actual.
I'm walking
check,
out of this.
Money check. I hope it happens.
Who are they sending it to?
Everybody. Well, they said that.
Sending it to workers or something?
No, the president came on and said initially that he wanted to send every American $1,000.
Every American.
Yeah.
You know how much that is?
Yeah. No. Well, hold on. At first, they had said that they needed $850 billion to do that.
Jesus.
But then they said, well, we're going to send a little bit more because this is going to be it's going to go a little bit longer than they thought. And then he came back and he says, well, I'm going to ask Congress for $1 trillion. And he actually went like this. No, he didn't. But
okay, Dr. Evil much?
But I think that's awesome, man. I think if they do that, I'm still waiting for mine to check the mail
Check
every
the
day.
mailbox.
I don't have
Nothing.
anything. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
I ask the mailman too all the time. He's like, dude, stop asking me. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully that happens, man. That'll help out a lot of people.
So it's an interesting idea. I mean,
well, it's a great idea
because a lot of people may have lost their, probably laid off.
A ton of people have been laid off, have been cut back. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good thing if it happens.
Says in chat is now in lockdown due to the coronavirus spreading on the internet. Not really, but I see your comedy there. I like it. Chat is now in lockdown. Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Right.
Did you have anything that you want to talk about? I know you had some topics that you probably had in your mind or something like that.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to go back in the first podcast we talked about, and we didn't put too much attention to it, but I want to go back to Nintendo, man.
Okay.
Nintendo with the new Mario Land that's going to happen. Are they calling it Mario Land or Nintendo Land?
I think Nintendo Land probably.
Really?
Yeah.
We touched a little bit on it, but
probably a brief mention about it. Or something like that.
Yeah. The last time we were there, we saw it, and it's going to be a very, very big place. And I think. Do you think they're going to come out with something new when that land opens? As far as game comes?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Nintendo has always been a gaming company at heart. Like, they've done nothing but really make games and obviously revolutionize games for what they are today. So I wouldn't see them doing anything different other than, praising their franchises, like a Mario Kart ride that's supposedly in development at that land, which would be super fun, by the way.
That's going to be huge. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so I definitely think a lot of gamers are really just going to love this place.
For sure.
It's like with the Sonic movie, like when people saw the Sonic movie, we talked about this last time, when people saw the Sonic movie in a movie theater, just seeing your favorite game character on a movie screen, that was revolutionary.
Awesome. It was awesome.
Or it's not revolutionary, but there's been a couple video game movies in the past, but none of them have done what Sonic has done now in terms of like the movie. So
right. However, they haven't brought out a game though, right? A new game.
Oh, for the Sonic movie? No.
But just in Sonic in general.
Sonic in general has had a lot of games like in the past.
But nothing new right now.
Nothing new right now.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I'm keeping announcements on that. So, because I'm a Sonic fan, I want to try to get my hands on whatever the Sonic game is and hopefully look into it.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, hopefully, things come to pass. I really want this Nintendo Land to really be. This is going to be at Universal Studios, by the way. We didn't mention that, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be at Hollywood.
Yeah, it's going to be in Hollywood, Orlando, and Japan. I think it opened in Japan first because Nintendo is a Japanese company. So that's why more of their audience is over there. And then later on, I think either next year or the following year after, they're going to finish it and make it here in Hollywood. We don't live in Hollywood, by the way. Can you tell by the sign right here? And there's a Hollywood sign right outside that door.
Not even close.
Not even close.
So to piggyback off of that, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Because you probably know more of this than I do.
Oh, dear.
But I'm really, really curious. I know there was just a huge announcement for PS5.
Oh, a talk, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it, yeah.
Well, was that an announcement or a talk?
It was a talk.
Okay. I saw very little of it because I didn't have time to see it, but I'm sure you got into it a little bit.
Yeah.
What are they saying, man?
Dude, they're saying a lot of things. And from what people really pulled up, they compared the Xbox Series X, because that's what the new one's coming out. That's what it's called. Comparing it to the PS5 stats.
Right.
And it looks like Xbox is taking a higher dip than PS5, at least from what the people are analyzing the stats at.
A higher dip in what way?
Yeah. Mainly like some of the cards aren't as powerful as what Xbox is presenting or something like that. And for me, I'm not really too of a tech person, but I was able to listen in on making things a lot more powerful, slowing down load times, making sure they're faster just so you can get in a game, or having no loading screens at all.
Right.
Which I think that's better. I'm just sitting in the game and just like, is this game going to start? Is this game going to start?
The buffering. I hate the buffering.
But it's going to get eliminated soon. Like we used to live in that day. Like
I hope.
We used to live in that day where it's just like, oh, okay, the game's loading. Let me go get a beer or something, and then just come back and do it. But now it's gonna be like 2 seconds, 5 seconds at most.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If it could do that, yeah, because that was one of my worst pet peeves having to wait for it to buffer like 2 minutes.
Especially if it's a big game, then it's going to take a lot longer.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I think these consoles will. I think I'll still see what PS5 offers if they get. Well, they'll probably get more into it later down the road. But I'm still excited for it. Do you want to see like prices and whatever things they're doing on? Because holiday 2020 is not too far away. It's like
it's just around the corner. You think they're gonna be ready for that though?
What for the?
You think there'll be a 2020 release for PS5?
Hopefully, but because like we said in the last,
that would be the time to release it, right? The holidays
plus the competition, because Xbox already said they're gonna release their thing in holiday 2020.
Oh, wow, man, it's gonna be.
So they got to do some competition there.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what PS5. Hopefully PS5 is good, man. I'm a PlayStation person, so I'll see what it is. I had it on my PlayStation 4 since 2014, and that was like 2013 was the year they released the new consoles.
Yeah,
and I got mine a year after. So I've been playing it for a very, very long time, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So PS5 is not possible. Oh, well, it is possible. They call it PS5. What do we get? You said PS10 now? We're going to get PS20?
Yeah, we're going to turn around and we're going to be on PS35. No, I think it's totally possible. And it's definitely going to come out. Listen, they already made an announcement. And for them to stand up there and talk to everybody about, certain specs and, show so much interest in it, it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah,
I think,
and we know it's called PS5
because they're just keeping it obviously under wraps, and they're going to just come out with some big announcement.
I like how they're still naming their consoles after numbers. Like you start with the PS1.
Yeah, that's very smart.
PS2,
very smart.
PS3, and then you go from there.
Very smart.
Xbox is just like Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Yep.
Xbox Series X.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, which one's the Xbox again? So many versions of the damn Xbox.
Well, every console. That's the big thing now, though. Before, like I talked about this on the first episode, that one of the first big consoles we got as kids was Sega.
Yep.
But they never came out with the second. There was Sega Genesis.
Yeah, there was a lot of Sega consoles, but they never like sequel to console.
Right, that must have been considered like Sega 2 or whatever. But nowadays it's all about 1, 2, 3, 4, just making it better, bigger and better.
Yeah, every console gets bigger and better every single time, especially in this generation.
Right.
Like PS1, and then you upgrade to PS2, which PS2 is super popular, by the way.
Yeah, very
it's like
popular.
Legendary. If you still have that console somewhere and it works, play it, because there are a lot of games that are nostalgic. And if you still have a collection, because I still do too.
You have a PS2, right?
Yeah, you gave me that.
Yeah.
I'm still playing it, dude.
I'm just checking, make sure you didn't sell it, dude.
Yeah.
To buy something or something.
No. If the internet goes down, I can't play online games. Dude, I'll just buff up the PS2 and feel some nostalgia type thing. Like
of course, that's the best.
Really cool, especially getting it from the original, console.
Yes.
And original hardware that it was meant to be released on. That's awesome. And then PS3 came around. Xbox 360 was beating the PS3 just because some of the PS3 hardware was not the best at that time anyway. And plus they were really overselling. Like I remember Xbox 360 was like either $150 or $200, and Sony was selling the PS3 for $600. And I was just like, ooh,
what a jump, huh?
What a jump. And it wasn't even that powerful though.
Yeah, huge jump.
Yeah, but they got sales, but it wasn't like majority like what Xbox 360 got at that time.
Right.
And then you go to Xbox One and PS4. Now it's the turnaround. That PS4 is like, okay, we learned from our mistakes. Here's more power, and we'll focus on
companies
pricing.
Jumping on, sometimes too late, and things have happened, and there's other consoles, other companies
that are way ahead.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely.
You don't want to do the same thing twice.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to learn.
So definitely keep your pricing at an affordable rate where people are not paying like a bajillion dollars like Apple products. It's like I'm buying a whole new car, but it's a phone. Just how much.
It's true. $1,500, $1,000, and then if you want a case, that's another $1,000 for a case.
Cases are expensive too.
Yeah, super expensive. So to get off of that topic, what do you think? You think it's safe to say that PS5 2020?
I would say so. Say so. Yeah. I would say, let's see Sony's already talking about this in a press conference. Like they could have held that off until later before December.
That's
and
true.
They're just like, oh yeah, we're not going to say which is coming. But since they're announcing this like what, like a couple weeks ago at this point. So really, it should be coming soon at this point.
Yep.
I mean, we don't see a design. We don't see really big announcements that Xbox did, but it's coming. It has to be coming at some point. They're not just going to say, "Oh, guys, it's still a couple of years off. We're just talking about it." It's like,
no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
Because why else would you be talking about it right now?
True.
Like,
very
Xbox
true.
is already talking about their console.
Very true.
Then you got to talk about your console and what you're doing. And Nintendo hasn't said anything really about their thing. Nintendo's been really like, they haven't really gone into competition. Like, every time a console comes out, it's always PlayStation, and Xbox. Nintendo's really the backbone. Like, they just release their consoles when they're ready. When they're just like, sure, it could be competition, but we're just gonna release our console when it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we make the jump from GameCube to Wii. We go to the Wii U, and all of a sudden we go to the Switch. They're not sequeled consoles. Like, sure, maybe the Wii and the Wii U probably, but I would say like that's the only time that they've ever, like, for gaming consoles in general. I know the handheld consoles like the DS have a bazillion sequels of their console counterparts. So, and the Switch, really good Nintendo console. If you have it,
awesome.
It's just
super awesome. It's
convenient, most awesome. It doesn't have like
so smart on that, man.
Yeah, it doesn't have majority of games, but more publishers are starting to put more games on the Switch. It's super easy to get stuff now. The fact of just like, I really love what they did where playing it on your TV, just taking the same game and just
taking it to your car. Or
you could be in the airport. Oh, that is like the smartest thing ever, man.
Super awesome.
So super awesome. Nintendo, keep up with those ideas, man. Keep revolutionizing things, man. If you got the brains,
and they've been good at it since day one, man.
Oh yeah.
I remember
going from like an NES and all of a sudden a Game Boy where you could play Super Mario on.
Well, I remember way back.
Oh dear.
Way back. Way back.
What, in the Spartan times where everybody was using sticks?
Seriously, no. The first Nintendo that came out, it was just, again, big box thing. You know,
everything was big
with the square games that you had to blow on to clear them and then shove it in there. But the Mario game, the first Mario game was awesome, and then they had Duck Hunt.
Duck
Hunt was the best. And let me tell you something: when you play Duck Hunt, if you had the gun that went with it, man, you were the talk of the town. If you had
it worked most of the time, though.
No, it worked great. I remember my cousin, he was one of the first in the family to have the console and all the accessories. He even had the shotgun for Duck Hunt and the gun. And I remember,
what, a real gun?
Huh?
A real gun?
No, it's it's the gun that would go with the console.
Because you said he had the Nintendo shotgun and a gun.
and the gun that goes with it.
Okay.
And man, it was so awesome to play. And so I mean, they already had you know, everything going for them at that point, you know, with that stuff. And
keep in mind, at that time, Nintendo and Sega were in big competition, similar to how Microsoft and Sony are in competition. Yeah. So Sega would probably try to backbone that, maybe make some type of similar accessories. So Nintendo, they've made a huge amount of things and probably gave the game industry the life it needed.
For sure.
Because at the time, gaming was just becoming blah. It was just that. And all of a sudden Nintendo comes out and just like, hey guys, we got this.
Yes.
And then just people start talking about it.
Definitely.
And I can say nothing but thank you for doing that and continue to do new things. I mean, hell, I don't even know what they can do at this point. I'm still amazed about the mobility thing with the Switch.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they can do after that.
That was really, really smart. Well, I mean, you know, the kids
played in your car now.
Again, the kids are playing, and you know they have to go somewhere, and it's better to take that than the parents giving them the phone or something to play. You know.
Yeah, so, you got games on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they say all the time. But no, very, very smart from them, and obviously, needless to say, it did very well.
Yeah,
very, very well. It sold a ton.
And
it keeps selling. And
it's super selling at this time.
It's a very good console.
Yeah.
Very, very good console.
So Nintendo, I know you're waving it in like dollar bills and everything, but man, use that money and just
you know, you just said it right now. When Nintendo came out, they were in competition with Sega. And Sega was also huge.
Yeah.
You know, because they were like they were a new kid in town.
Yeah.
You know, and they came out and we got a Sega, you know, and even back then, we were in competition with the cousins. We got the Sega. Oh, well, I have the Nintendo, and we're going back and forth.
There's always the bit wars.
Yes. it was crazy. But that's just always it's the way it's been forever.
Yeah,
you know, from the beginning of it. So it'll continue to be that way.
Yeah,
PS5 coming up, Xbox. You know,
that's another interesting thing too. Is that the reason I say that Nintendo's not really in competition with both of those type of companies or entities is because Sony and Microsoft came out with their consoles in the same year, 2013. Switch didn't come out until 2017. And these consoles were still banging. These were still making money.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Nintendo comes out, hey, we got a Switch. You guys want to get that? It's like, sure.
Well, Nintendo's sitting back, and they're just like, They're
just watching.
Yeah, they're watching everything. And
I mean, they had the Wii U, which came out, but it wasn't really too
true.
big of a success.
But I think they did it right, man. They just sat back and looked, and they were like, okay, Sony's got this, Microsoft's got this, okay. And the
let's think of a game changer.
Creativeness came out of them and said, let's do this. Yeah, it was really, really smart of them.
However, for the Switch, I will have to say, if you're looking for accessories, damn, those things ain't cheap, man. I'll tell you that.
Definitely not cheap.
If you get like 5 accessories, you're looking at spending hundreds of dollars, man. Even the Switch Joy-Cons, like those things that's attached, those things are $80 each, man. Those are not cheap at all.
No.
Controllers aren't cheap in general.
I was going to say, none of the accessories are ever cheap.
No.
I mean,
unless you get like some crappy third-party one.
Well, you know, you could buy used. Nothing wrong with that, as long as it works. You know?
As long as it works. Yeah, somebody made a spit on it or something like that. I don't know.
Great, thanks.
You don't know what's happened. It's used.
Again, they're saying the video's lagged a little bit. Again, sorry.
I think it could be like the first stream, like it could lag and then go back to the present time. So if it does do that, because we can't really see it from here. What we're looking at is the live camera, and it's just showing our thing right now.
Yeah, it's not. But
so again, it could be going on for other people's ends, because
right.
for people watching it, it may be a different perspective. We're just seeing how it is right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, guys, sorry if it's lagging a little bit. Not really our fault. Technical difficulties. But
darn YouTube.
Right. Thank you for staying on, and thank you for supporting.
Thank you for getting through these tough times.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad that we're trying to get this all figured out.
Yes. So I just wanted to make a quick announcement.
Oh dear.
It's gonna be fun, dude. So everyone, episode 3 next week.
Yes.
I'll let Cameron talk about it.
Okay, so I had this marked in the paper that we looked up all our topics to, and this announcement, I'd say it's big, but considering how small this is, it's pretty minor, but it's big. That next episode, next Monday, we're going to be doing a gamer, like an actual gaming stream. So we'll stream. I don't know what game we'll stream. We'll think about that later on. But because as you guys know, you can stream. I stream on my PS4 all the time, but this time I'm going to do it with Dad, and we're going to see how things go.
Oh no!
So you could call it a podcast, but I think it's just going to be more of a gaming podcast where we'll talk about stuff, but we'll mainly be playing the game.
Yeah, so everybody can see how I will embarrass myself, but yet attempt to play one of the new games with my son over here, who will obviously teach me a lesson. But it's going to be pretty interesting. So make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be interesting and funny.
Yeah, we'll have similar equipment and stuff like that. We'll obviously have the same thing. We're just going to be playing a game, and we're talking at the same time. So it's going to be super fun, and I'm really excited for that.
Me too.
So keep your eyes peeled next Monday. We'll hopefully do that. Hopefully this lockdown situation is not super, super strict, but I doubt it is. Like we talked about this already. But also one more thing is like how YouTube has progressed. I think I wanted to talk about that because I think we had this discussion at lunch one time where YouTube has really went up ever since, like even before Google purchased YouTube. And, at the time I said before YouTube even existed, it was called stupid videos. You just upload a video and just called stupid videos.
And then here comes Google and they buy it for $1 billion.
Yep.
And it just became a phenomenon everywhere.
Yes, sir.
So the way they started was amazing, and where they're at now, it's just incredible.
Especially like buying movies, TV shows. They got a YouTube TV service.
The YouTube TV service. Let me just tell you a little bit about that. I tried that. They had like a little trial going on.
Yeah.
For
it's like
free.
what, $50 a month?
Yeah, $49.99. If you do it, But they had like there was a time when it first started that if you tried it, you put all your info in, that you get a trial for like 30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was awesome, man. But I don't think
it acts like regular
no,
TV.
You know
almost.
what happened? You know what it is? It was just, to me, $49.99 was, after having all the other streaming services.
Yeah.
It was just way too much. Way too much. I was thinking $49.99. Okay.
It's not as much as cable.
I'm paying less than that for, like, I know we talked about this on last podcast. I just gotta. My brain is like it's ahead of what my mouth can say.
Yeah, so that's like sometimes me too.
$49.99 for that amount, you can have 4 services.
Yeah.
However, again, YouTube TV was awesome. It was awesome. However, again, the thing that pissed me off was that they had no Laker games and no Dodger games, so it killed it. It killed it, and needless to say, I didn't continue with it
or something, man. I'm pretty sure people complain about that.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a good service.
But YouTube has a lot of other services, like
they have a ton.
YouTube TV. You got YouTube Premium, which is what I actually have. It's $11.99 a month. I talked to Dad about this, where you can watch videos with no ads. So like special people, like big YouTubers, have ads on their videos. You can watch them with no ads. If you have a phone, you can watch the videos while you're scrolling through other apps, so you can listen to the video at the same time. You could save videos in a offline playlist. So if your internet is down, or there's just no Wi-Fi at all, if you don't have if you don't have data, excuse me,
I'm not even gonna make fun of that.
But if you don't have data, you could just watch the videos no matter what. And I think this is a really good service, because the premium also helps support the YouTubers as well, because sometimes they get the revenue that YouTube supports and all of that stuff. So people who watch YouTube Premium, the creators get help from the content. So helps content creators.
Yep, for sure.
So I'm glad that's a positive thing. It's not just YouTube saying, oh, we're just putting this thing out because people don't like ads. Well, let's do that. Originally, it used to be $9.99, or actually it was $14.99 a month, but they changed it to $11.99 a month. So that's fine.
I'll touch a little bit into ads. I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. I was so against ads. It always ticked me off. I'm watching a video.
It's like, okay, I'm about to watch this video. It's like, oh, here's air cleaners.
Yeah, come on. But let me tell you something. It's, I know it's a revenue stream, and that's what they got to do. And listen, at the end of the day, it's good for everyone.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, they're giving you options where you could pay not to have ads.
Yeah.
So you have the option.
Like, sure, you have to pay money, but I mean, in that membership, you get more than just that. Right, you get YouTube Music as well.
Right. Exactly.
So, I mean, if you get all this stuff in one membership, then
very good.
Yeah, then very good.
Very good.
That's where your money's going to.
Exactly.
And they're making those memberships because they know YouTube can grow in so many big ways now. And YouTube is almost like an essential thing now. Like, I feel like if you go online, you're always going to find like YouTube videos. Or actually, like we said at the start, YouTube is where you get most of your news and things like that. It's like every single thing that's happening, a news thing or something is posting on YouTube because they know most people are going to be watching.
That's one of the things that is absolutely amazing to me, that you could put on the search almost anything on earth, anything. Person puts 100 worms in a water bottle, and there's a video of a guy stuffing worms in a water bottle, dude. It's just the most random stuff, but it's so cool that something like that exists, because it's needed, man.
Yeah.
And on the other side of it is that when you're trying to do something at the house or at work or whatever, there's always a video of that helps you out.
Yeah.
Learn how to do this, helps you how to do this. I'm trying to build this. There's a guy that, gives you step by step how to 2 videos. Exactly. And to me, that's awesome.
Yeah. Especially if you're in a downstate or whatever, and you watch your favorite, influencer, like YouTube influencer, they'll help you, and you feel better. I mean, if I have sometimes I just watch a YouTube video of my favorite person, I'm just like, oh, this is happy, and I feel better now. So, and also one last thing, you can also make pretty good friends on YouTube. I've done the same thing, and I've helped them make their videos too.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
You make friends everywhere at this point on the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep in mind, the internet's good and bad, but we're talking about the good places, which is where you can make all the stuff, and I'm pretty sure you'll feel happy anyway.
I mean, listen, you're always gonna have your knuckleheads that want to cause problems, but you're bigger than them, and that's it. And you stay away from that. So
yeah,
that's how you handle.
And Travernity, who's been commenting here, I just to talk about it. He was a friend of mine from high school. He still is, and he had a podcast video on his channel.
Okay,
we were there just talking. It was my first type of podcast. We didn't do a face cam or anything because most people just do like an image and then just talk.
Okay,
below the image.
That's awesome.
Oh, and he gave us a like on the stream too. Thank you so much,
awesome.
buddy.
Thank you.
But I helped him with some videos too, and he also asked like, what kind of things should I do and all that. So I gave him a little bit of tips on how to do stuff.
Sweet.
And he's awesome, grown. Man. He's made some good gaming videos. I saw him, and he's also subscribed to me too. So we're both subscribed to each other. So
that's awesome.
It's good to help people in times of what do I do because I just don't know how to do it.
Right.
Right. And if you think we know how to do a podcast, trust me, we're just learning. This is our second.
You're a very good example that you could talk about this too. I mean, you growing up, I'm sure you went to multiple videos from other gamers as you were learning and as you were growing into this, on how to do certain things and how to
how things work.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, we all need a little help here and there. So, it's good to be able to share that stuff.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you want to pass off the tips to somebody who's just starting out because somebody could just be like, oh, I have all this stuff, maybe all this equipment, but what do I do? Like, I don't know if I'm funny. I don't know if I'm entertaining. I mean, if you make something and then just people come by and just comment, and that's why the comments are there. That's why the likes are there. Keep in mind, comments are very divisive. Very divisive. I mean, people could just say, oh, this video sucks or whatever. You're going to get hate comments all the time. And I know that sounds bad, but that's part of YouTube, though.
Yeah, but you don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to that. Just ignore it. Look at all the nice comments and stuff like that. And plus, YouTube has implemented a system where people mainly have to be respectful most of the time. Otherwise, there's consequences to that. So I'm glad YouTube's taking a look at it and just saying, okay, this is pretty toxic. And people are saying things they shouldn't do.
That's a good thing that they do.
So good thing they're adding filters. God, we have speech metabolism.
I don't know what's going on today.
Man.
It's just water, dude. I don't know what's going on. You must have got
somebody
the wrong
put
water.
stuff in your water?
Must have got the wrong water.
Put something in my cranberry juice. Better at voice acting, but I can communicate with friends very well. That's good, man. Hey, voice acting, get into that, man. If you have a talent like that, any talent, dude, get into it.
Voiceover work is crazy right now. I mean, with all these movies coming out with these animated movies, absolutely, it's crazy.
Yeah, for voice actors, dude. I remember I watched a stream on my phone.
Yeah.
After we did the first podcast, and I was watching him for a bit, and he's just basically saying, even though we're at this, he lives in LA, by the way. And he's just saying after these times, I still get work from home because all you're doing is just mainly doing voices, and they have like a recording booth in their house. So it's a pretty good job. I mean, you're just doing what you like. You just pretty much being funny or trying to be a kid in the booth. So if you got that talent, if you got whatever talent, express it. I'd say. I mean, my thing was just mainly like making like some content for some people to watch, and so that's what I do.
There you go.
Along with working and doing side jobs and whatever, and doing things that I pretty much have to do, but I still like doing YouTube because it's fun making videos, and especially when my dad came up with this idea, I really influenced it because I really wanted to do something like that. So, and you can tell he supports it, especially with the signs and especially getting more invested.
Yeah, isn't that a cool sign?
It is. We talked about it originally.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, so good. I'm glad my dad's really getting influenced into this and probably becoming more involved than any other parent would be.
I love this. And I said it again on the first podcast. I mean, what can be better of doing a podcast, number one, but number two, with your own son, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's awesome. And again, back to the parents, you guys can do something like this, man, and just, have fun with it.
Gaming with parents, dude. There are so many videos of that.
Right.
Dude,
so
jump on because it is so fun. Even if your parents have no clue what they're doing.
That's the funnest part.
That is the funnest part of
Trust
all
me,
time.
I've been there multiple times where Cameron said, "Hey, Dad, sit down, check this out. I'm like, all right. And
even when I was playing GTA, even my dad asked if he could play it, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I want to see you play some stuff, man."
I failed miserably, but
it was fun.
It was fun
totally at the end of the run, and that's what games are made for, man. Keep that in mind. Games are made for entertainment.
Yes.
So is everything else that the industry poops out for you.
It was awesome.
So definitely deserves some kind.
And we still continue to do it. Yep. I've been playing with this guy since he was a little kid. And it's the funnest thing in the world,
especially with the new games now. Ugh.
Yeah, they're so awesome.
Become more and more poop. I'm just saying that's what they do, man. That's they got to keep us entertained. That's why the industry is there.
Yep.
It also influences a lot of things, man. So I'm glad. Yes. I'm glad that everybody's having a good time with this stuff.
Yes.
But to make a closing statement, just because we've been streaming for a long while.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for who came out to the stream, really supported it, and commented a bunch of stuff. We'll do this next week. We definitely got that big thing coming up next week.
Yes.
Actual gaming this time instead of just talking about it.
I'm a little nervous. You got something for me? How you're not telling me, dude? You're not telling me. Hey, but you know what? Like I just said right now, it's totally worth it. It's so much fun. I can't wait. And hopefully everybody tunes back in.
He's not bald, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm not bald again. But yes, thank you to everyone for supporting, for checking us out. Keep the love coming. We'll do the same. And again, it's the best. Thank you.
Of course, man.
Thank you.
No problem. So, guys, thank you so much for liking the stream. Thank you for all who tuned in, and we'll see you next week.
Be humble and be safe. Thanks, guys.
And stay healthy. Wash hands, please. Have a great day, everybody.